Burger! You know, you're the only one. The only one who's ever come back.
Just had to see it over time.
You've got me to thank for that. They wanted to demolish it. I convinced them to keep it and put it on display.
Why did they put it down here?
Do you want the official explanation or my explanation?
Both.
The official explanation was that no one cared anymore, which is true, I suppose. For a while, people would come in and listen to the story. They argued over the meaning, if there was one. Quite the controversy, but soon people stopped caring. It became a relic of the past. No one wants to hear a story like this anymore.
And your explanation is?
People often theorize about the existence of the ethereal. Personally, it's not something I believe, but strong ideas, powerful thoughts, demented stories. I believe they can become embedded in objects, like echoes.
Do you think that's why they put it down here?
If you get close to it, you can hear it, the story. If you touch it, well, I wouldn't touch it if I were you. I was there. I cannot speak on your behalf, but it is not a story I wish to remember. Lifelike, isn't it? The damn thing creeps me out. That's why the tarp was over it.
Face, the stance, the uniform. I remember him. I couldn't remember the faces until now.
We should be going now. Please do not touch that!
I brought you something to eat. You look as if you're about to explode. Now here are some of those little plum cakes you like so much and a bottle of chartreuse.
Thanks, Julie.
Where's Mr. Tenser?
He and his wife. I've gone down to the station for a beer, but you didn't come here to see him.
And what if I did? What would you know about it, you poor fool? Just look at you, you're covered in coal from head to foot.
Just don't go too far or I'll really get mad.
Do whatever you want. I'm not stopping you. Always threatening to kill me anyways.
If only I could explain it to you, everything would be different.
Just tell me then, I'm not afraid.
Be quiet, the Tensors are coming.
What's the steam pressure, Nicholas?
6.5 atmospheres, Mr. Tensor.
Soak up the fire. Today, I have a feeling I'll need enough steam for 6 compounds. Once it gains momentum, this beast races along in a frantic clip, but lacks pulling power. And they've even gone and attached a sleeping car. Julia, you look very attractive today, perfectly diabolical. But not just diabolical, nor just blonde, but perfectly diablondical. Oh, if it weren't for this locomotive of mine, things would be different. It holds me back, otherwise I'd blow up like a hand grenade.
Oh, Mr. Tenser, always saying such crazy things.
Yes, he's always making up some kind of nonsense, but really he's gentle as a lamb. I can't stand such docile men.
You must be joking.
I never joke. I was unfaithful to him yesterday with the brakeman on the Nord Express, and he didn't even bat an eye.
Who, your husband or the brakeman?
Not funny. Don't listen to them, Nicholas.
Sophia, I've asked you not to speak this way. You're corrupting my fiancé.
Now, don't be stupid, Nicholas. I've already been corrupted. I'm well taken care of in that department.
Shut up, you damn lovebird all. All aboard! Let's go! Let's get this train moving!
We're off! .7 degrees on the water gauge, and
7 degrees, I don't think the valve will stand the pressure.
now let's take off our masks. We're on our desert island again. Robinson Crusoe and his man Friday.
Mr. Tensor, we need to have a frank talk. Settle things once and for all. Putting aside other, more important matters, are you by any chance in love with my fiancé?
My dear Nicholas, first throw some more coal on, then we'll talk.
Mr. Tensor, the pipes.
What do I care about pipes? You see, I'm just an ordinary engineer. The same way you're just an ordinary fireman.
That remains to be seen.
Ever since we got onto this locomotive, everything's been going well. Except for the minor problem of the next station, we are alone on this iron beast, totally isolated from the rest of the world. We're not only rushing through space, we are intensely aware of it. As Leonard said, there is simply no such thing as the relativity of motion for the locomotive engineer. He knows it's not the landscape that's moving because it's not the landscape that he stokes up and oils, but his own locomotive. And the same thing applies to everything that lives and moves. Even a flea's existence disproves all the laws of physics. And that's why the scientific view of relativity can never correspond to reality.
Mr. Tensor, either you're digressing or you're joking.
We only know too well where these rails will lead us. I'd much rather use a boat, but I don't like water and all the problems connected with it. Unfortunately, piracy is no longer possible these days.
So what you're truly after is solid financial gain obtained not altogether legally.
No. That's quite what I was saying. Anyhow, I'd much rather use a boat, and that's too much work, and the ship's too big. There's simply no solution.
8.5 atmospheres. Mr. Tensor, isn't that too much?
It can go up to 10. I'm going to need more and more steam from now on, although I don't know exactly why yet. Ever since this morning, a kind of vague plan has taken shape up in my mind.
That's strange. Ever since this morning, I've been thinking of strange and extraordinary things too, but I couldn't tell you exactly what they were. Only action, not contemplation, can make it clear to us. But we have so few chances to do something truly extraordinary. if you rule out what you like to call psychological aberrations, Mr. Tensor.
That's been my experience too. You're right. I love Julia, but I love my wife too, although I see her more as a partner in my various activities. To me, Julia is the essence of all feminine charm and mystery in spite of, or perhaps because of her, stupidity. But is any of this really very significant? Here, on this pile of metal, things seem quite different. How can we put this point of view of ours over into that other sphere, which has grown flabby out of sheer inertia, and yet, at the same time, view everything from this locomotive hurtling through space? That's the problem.
Yes, I was thinking the very same thing myself, but I hadn't worked it out so clearly. I've read a handbook on Einstein's theory, the transformation of coordinates, the relativity of everything, and all that.
Yes, but here the question arises. Should we be looking from the ground at the engine, or from the engine at the ground? Let me put it to you quite frankly. Say it were possible to transfer light onto this locomotive. How would that be? Of course, the objection could be raised, why not the sleeping car or the diner instead? But still, there was a wide gulf between the locomotive and the rest of the train.
Yes, even I understand the difference. After all, what is life except for women, ours and other people? That eternal rectangle of the husband, the wife, and the engaged couple, traveling endlessly on the locomotive. Apropos, Mr. Tensor, as soon as we step aboard this engine island, I'm no longer mad at you. Not even about Julie. Here, I'm the fireman. I have my own position in the world, and I couldn't put up with any other boss. Everything goes along smoothly here, but it's two-dimensional, like the surface of a painting. Everything seems frozen, although it's moving. Funny, isn't it?
Don't make fun of it, Nicholas. It's not so silly as it seems. I suppose it could be done, but only once. Never be done again, and never be done in reverse. Yes. I think I've got it now, that vague plan of mine.
But that means death.
How do you know?
192 miles an hour. Another half mile, and we'll reach the point of diminishing returns.
Don't try to teach me how to drive this engine. Your job is to stoke. Hurry up, Mr. Slowbach, more coal. How do you know my plan means death? I don't picture anything as definite as that.
It's there.
Such a dumb animal, yet so sensitive to everything. More coal.
Close the damn throttle and apply the brakes. Or we'll be derailed at the next turn.
To tell you the truth, for me, a woman is only a symbol, visible proof of the fleeting moment. And what's more, admit, I'm a professional seducer. But it's really my way of determining the principal moments of inertia in relation to the body to its axis.
But I thought you were somebody more important than that.
Well. No matter how much nonsense you talk, you can still never be nonsensical enough to get at the mystery of existence. Lunatics know that, and so do those on the verge of lunacy.
I'm going to take a chance and tell you something. I am not Slovak. He's been lying in his grave for a long time now. I've been living his life with the aid of his papers. I am Travayak.
So you're Travayak, the great Travayak, sought out in vain by police all over the world. I could have you arrested at Dumbbell Junction.
I didn't think that you...
Let go of that revolver, Mr. Travayak. I was only joking. To a criminal of your stature, I too can make my introductions. I am Prince Karl Trifaldi. I too can be arrested at any station.
Yes. My intuition has never been wrong. If it had, I would have rotted away in some prison a long time ago. But, you know, you've always been an inspiration to me in my works. Perhaps the two of us, together, could rise above the turbulent pulp of international depravity.
Yes, all those crimes bore me, and especially their consequences. Of course, I'm not talking about prison, but about inner consequences. Nowadays, crime stunts the growth of human personality, and despite my seeming simplicity, I am much too complicated to try to lead a normal life. And now there's Julie. Don't be offended. Trebek, you've got to do something really diabolical. Not to others, but to ourselves right now without further delay. I can't go on. My wife uses blackmail to keep a hold on me.
You mean Irma Abracadabra, the famous chanteuse from East Asshole, New York, the partner of all your crimes?
Yes, the very same. She's the one who helped me murder my aunt, the Princess de Boscotricas. She cut her hair short and wears a funny nose.
Yes, yes, we all have to be changing constantly. But just think that while we're up here, and we're talking about all this, there's someone back there, in one of those carts, and they're reading a story just like ours, in a murder mystery from the local lending library. Funny, isn't it?
It's possible, but such coincidence doesn't diminish either the greatness of our thought or the strangeness of our meeting. And now, let's get down to business.
You can be quite frank with me, Carl. I'm prepared for whatever happens.
We've got to take some kind of action tonight.
Like a duel or God's judgment. Good. That serves my purposes.
That's why I'm pushing the throttle down.
But what about the train? The lives of all those people?
That from you, or man, or rather a beast, on whose conscience there are at least 30 absolutely monstrous, or rather absolutely glorious murders.
Yes, but in those days I had certain real goals.
We can't go back to our former lives and just think how satisfying it will be if one of us lives through this episode. The survivor will be able to burden the dead corpse with all his guilt and feel absolutely secure.
All right, I agree. If we pass through Dumbbell Junction without an accident, we're sure to meet number 50. According to the timetable, our paths are bound to cross. There's nothing between the stations to stop the other train. But what if we both survive? It'll be a rather awkward situation.
I hadn't thought about the possibility of being maimed, but I guess it's too late for such speculation. I'm letting the engine go full steam ahead.
I planned a little surprise for you. You weren't expecting it, were you? Mrs. Tenser and I just climbed along on all fours. She's coming right behind me. I was dipping crossing over the buffers. Why are you going so fast?
You'll find out soon enough. You'll see whether you're up to the high stakes we're playing for.
High stakes? What sort of nonsense is that? Have you already drunk up all that chartreuse I gave you? Well, you'll have to hide us till we get to the next station under the coal or somewhere?
It's happening. Our dreams are coming true. We've got to tell them the truth. I love Julia. Trebayak and I are carrying out God's judgments. We are letting the engine go full steam ahead at breakneck speeds. If we live through this, fine. If we are ground up into mincemeat, so much the better. I can't go on constantly being threatened by this blackmail. You see, I think you're going to die soon, but you're the only person my conscience wouldn't let me kill. I love you in my own way. You've been a good partner and a good friend. But I think you're destined to die in an accident. You came on your own free will. It's not my fault.
Who's Travis Black, Siegfried? Have you gone mad? You're suffering from hallucinations.
It's Trebayak, the great Trebayak. Take a good, long look at him. All masks are off.
Oh my God, he has gone mad. Mr. Slovak, he's got to be put away. Oh, why did I ever let myself be talked into doing such a ridiculous thing? It's your fault. You snake! You were the one who persuaded me to jump on the train.
Well, really, I didn't plan it. I didn't know anything about this. here I am. And we're together. No, I couldn't be happier. Oh, but Mr. Tenser, what a pity you're not a criminal too, like Nicholas.
He's even worse. Let go of me, you ape. Carl, save me. Close the throttle. I still have a lot to live for.
Here, Trebayak. Tie her up. That's the first time in her life she's ever forgotten her manners.
I'll help you.
Close the throttle. Put on the brakes. I still have a great deal to live for. I've had enough of your dirty, rotten tricks.
To settle the question whether or not I am a criminal, let me take the liberties in introducing myself. I am Prince Carl Trifaldi. Isn't that quite enough?
No. It's you. Prince Carl Trifaldi, the most notorious criminal in the whole world. Oh, how perfectly marvelous! Oh, I've always dreamed of something extraordinary happening to me. Oh, like in the movies.
Don't I count for something? And don't my crimes mean anything to you? You be careful, Julie. I could kill His Highness and stop this train at any moment.
I love you. Both. Now I'm really in love for the first time. And with both of you. In this moment, both of you are extraordinary. Something is being created right here and now. The way it was in the beginning before the world began.
Now here's a girl who's really worthy of us. We couldn't back out of her plane now, could we, Trebayak?
You can already see the signals at Hamel Junction.
If we have anything more to say to one another, we better say it quickly. We're going so fast, I don't know whether or not we'll be derailed at the next station.
What more is to be said? 11 atmospheres, 130 miles an hour. My head is rushing into the infinite cosmic abyss like a bullet along a trajectory.
Well, I say I feel marvelous. I've never done anything so exciting in my whole life. And I'm supposed to be such a hysterical woman. Oh, but I'd be willing to die 1,000 times for a moment like this.
As for me, I've nothing more to say. I'm only an extension of this throttle, as if all my thoughts have been snuffed out of my brain and spitted and skewered onto this iron lever. But it's more than that. I've become the engine. I'm the one that's racing through space like a bull, ready to impale myself on the blades of my destiny. Yes, it's really a momentous occasion. They'll put a sign up over our heads. Do not touch. Danger! High voltage. If someone sitting on firm ground were to touch me, they'd fall down dead as though struck by lightning! Is this the beginning of mechanized madness?
I'm amazed at your modesty, Carl. First he tells you have nothing to say, then you talk your head off.
All my talk is negative. I've nothing positive to say. I'm only a moving image projected on the screen in the endless void. If the engine were to suddenly stop, I'd die.
Stop psychoanalyzing yourself. How real men are always like that. Unfortunately, even supermen like you. This is the only time in our lives where we can really gorge ourselves in reality. In our everyday lives, we only get scraps and crumbs and leftovers, and that's all there is. But now I have everything. I'm not waiting for anything anymore because I already have it. Even a head-on collision means nothing at all to me. I've got both of you in this kernel of death that's in me, it's in you, and in this crazy engine. But in that other life, could I have ever had you in some ordinary hour, in some ordinary room, on some ordinary night?
I see through you. You filthy slut. I know perfectly well what you want. You rotten little garson. You blooded cup of vulgar horse.
We're coming to the station. I can't let go of the throttle.
If you keep the last time.
Throw that trash out. It's got no soul. Why let her spoil these precious moments for us with her filthy talk?
She's smashed to pieces against a pipe. The first semaphore is open. All the roads are clear, all the crossings are clear. The second semaphore is signaling the line is occupied. That means number 50 is rushing towards us. The crucial moment is drawing near.
Everything's going well. If only my head didn't feel so insanely empty, I'd really be happy.
Somebody just jumped on the moving train. They must be crazy. They'll ruin everything.
Who could possibly be as crazy as we are? We were in a class by ourselves. We are unique. We are colossal. At last I understand what true greatness is. How grateful I am to you. Oh, how I love you both.
Someone's crawling along the tender.
Come on, up here. I told you not to give up hope. Come on, something must have happened to the brakes. We will help them.
Oh, now our work's really cut out for us. To shoot or not to shoot, I'm not anxious to commit any more crimes. But there's a whole gang crawling up here.
Don't shoot, it'll come out all right.
Nicholas, he is backing down. He's leaving it all up to fate.
Look, I'm doing 130 miles an hour, and you're still not satisfied? Oh, you're insatiable!
Aye! I'm Valerie Bean! There's a woman here. What in God's name are you doing here?
Who the heck?
Does not matter. Tell me what I can do to help. Tell me quickly, for number 50 is already at the station. It is rushing towards us in opposite direction at high speed. Nothing can stop it. Also, the telephone line at number 20, it was cut. The guards were talking about that at the station.
Well, the human animal always has to interfere and spoil everything.
So it's don't give up hope, is it? Well, damn, I'd forgotten about the telephone and I work for the railroad! We always count on speed saving us. That imbecile on the freight train wouldn't be able to back up 130 miles an hour.
What are you talking about? She is the lunatic. Have you gone crazy too? Can't you stop the engine? Tell me what I must do and I will do it. Hurry.
You've come at just the right time. The throttle's jammed. We need a lever to stop the train. Wonderful. Hand me your rifle. Now beat it. The situation's getting more and more complicated, but we'll manage somehow. Now don't move, or I'll blow your brains out!
Don, they really are lunatics. This madness is becoming contagious. Soon it'll be universal. If someone does not do something soon, we'll all be lost. I can do no more. I am all worn out from catching the train. I am completely bushed.
Isn't there anyone who's the courage to go after these murderers? In 5 seconds it may be too late. We'll be killed anyhow unless someone comes to our rescue.
I beg and beseech you. My brother Valerie Bean is only a bank clerk. 'Tis true he has the reputation of being mad because of 90p surrealistic paintings. But, in spite of this, he jumped on a moving train to save me. He'll save all of us while he's at it. 100 miles an hour and he was standing at the station with a bouquet of flowers. Can you understand what this means? I was the first one in our car to close the alarm.
What? Not one of us has a gun. How could anyone have foreseen this? Such a respectable company. And now we're getting closer and closer to death every second. Death on all sides. It's enough to drive you out of your mind.
I think the train was supposed to pass right by the station. No one had taken to Dumbbell Junction. They've both gone mad. It's all due to drinking. I don't have a gun either.
For God's sakes, conductor, let's not waste time arguing. We're not at the theater watching a play. Have to help us somehow. After all, I know you personally.
I don't have any idea what to do. I don't even know where the steering wheel is. All I do is punch tickets and check where they've already been punched. Specialization is the great curse of our age. Wouldn't you agree?
Mr. Guster, we're personally acquainted too, but in a rather odd sort of way. See, I attacked you on the street one night. Even though we've never been formally introduced, could you see about getting these handcuffs taken off? I used to be an engineer.
Take his handcuffs off.
Save us, and I'll have you released from prison. My uncle's a prosecutor at Appellate Court. I fell in love with the fireman 2 minutes ago. He's my type. I found him at last. I bucketed him and raped from that woman so we can live together for the rest of our lives without any interference. I want to live. Don't you understand? Fireman, did you hear that?
You know, the girl's a real addition to the group. Makes the situation more varied.
Several separate destinies fatally meet at one point. It's almost mathematically inevitable. There's nothing more to say on the subject other than the cliches second-rate dramatists use to pad out their vacuous plays. We'll just wait and see. Right now, I wonder if I'll have enough courage. Julie, if we live through this, you won't be false to us, will you?
Never. I'm a superwoman from another world. Though it makes me furious they've ruined such a wonderful
You
experience for us.
disgusting phony! Now it's doing tricks you to hold on to her as a fireman!
Carl! I'm here by the throttle. You're so desperate you're capable of anything.
Carl! He's been Siegfried all his life.
Not all of it, my friend. If we live through this, maybe we'll have even more surprises.
It's shocking that at this stage of civilization, our lives are in the hands of such people. I just can't believe I'm here on this locomotive.
Did you think we're all worthless mannequins like you? Us criminals are the only ones who count for anything in this godforsaken world. Especially those of us who are criminals not for the sake of money or any other motive, but for the sake of crime itself.
Yes, criminals and maybe artists are too. They are the only ones who are really alive. Of course, I only know artists through their works, but maybe lunatics are too. But I don't know any lunatics.
Oh, come off it. They're lunatics, aren't they? And what about you, aren't you lunatic? Slopes! And his junk is all due to the influence of modern art!
Right now, just pull them off to one side and I'll see what I can do. Hurry, there's something whistling on up ahead of us.
Ha! Since not one of you has the courage, I'll have to do it myself! Wretched cowards!
Only the biggest cowards are really brave. And that's because they're afraid. Your average coward just couldn't make it. You think in the Heisinger system. Imagine 5 days doesn't like it.
Too late! Number 50's rushing towards us at top speed. We won't be able to stop.
No! You're mine! Mine! We'll die together! There'll be nothing left of us to flip!
Conductor! What's going on? There were a lot of people in the locomotive. Was it a shooting? Was it a holdup? Talk like a human being. As soon as I saw what was going on, I gave the signal stop for both you and number 50. You must have gone right by the station or else my clock isn't running right. My wife's gone mad, she's been delirious all day, and then there's that telephone that's been out of order since 5 o'clock. I don't want to be held responsible for this.
Mister, it's a miracle I'm still alive. My brain is like mush and there's a hole in my head. In a minute it all went out through the hole.
Nothing beautiful can exist in this world. Everything is rotten. Everything beautiful has come to an end for all time. I've had enough. Kill me! I don't want anything! I don't want to see anything! I don't want to know anything! I don't know whether I'm really myself or not. I don't know whether these people are really alive. Nothing is what it really is. It's all strange and horrible. It's nothing what it is. It's all something else. A black abyss, soft and impersonal, is opening up before me.
She's gone out of her mind from nervous shock. She sounds exactly like my wife.
No. No, that darkness. Engineers are raising nothing but a massive power. And that one there, he's the chief culprit. Grab him!
Don't you see, my good man, that all my guts are spilling out? The thought went at least 12 inches into my belly. And plus, that girl over there hit me in the head with a shovel. I'm still suffering from nervous shock.
Safe and sound. Forget about that woman. No horrible things she made you do. You're completely regained your equilibrium with me.
But what about my part in all this? It didn't go to plan, and there's witnesses, and all I want is peace and quiet.
That's easy to arrange.
You'll spend 6 months in a lunatic asylum, then I'll have you released. My uncle's a prosecutor at the village court. Although I'm a countess, I'd never find another man like you. I'll take this fireman with me on my own responsibility.
If that's the way it's got to be, there's no point in fighting it. Goodbye, conductor. Fortunately, it's beginning all over again for me. We have Julia and her influences to thank for the crazy thing that we've been through, but I've had enough of hysterical women to last me a lifetime.
Beans were squished into a jelly. I'm all splattered with Miss Mare's guts. It seems to have opened a tree.
Let's go have a beer, Cockleson. We'll have time for quite a few before all this gets settled out. The ambulance train will take care of the rest. Hopefully, this doesn't start an epidemic among engineers throughout the whole world.
I know everything, too, the way he does. Only the two of us know. The rest of you are all fools. I've always waited. I waited every time the train came by. You can't imagine what torture it is to wait and watch as the trains come by and then rush away carrying off all those passengers. Well, finally, I stopped waiting. During the night, a spirit told me I had to do it. At 5 o'clock, I cut the telephone line. The spirit had a dark beard in his eyes, gleaming like a cat's. He was the one I was unfaithful to my husband with during the night.
Oh, Jan, calm down and go back home. It's sickening to have to listen to you talk that way.
Jan, why didn't I meet you sooner? I'd certainly have seduced you.
He's the one. He's the one I dreamed about during the night.
First of all, let's save this one. He's the greatest criminal in the whole world, the famous Prince Trifaldi, king of murderers. At least he's gonna live so we can atone for his crimes and be an example to the others. The police received a telegram. We came by handcar from Dungbell Junction. He was to be arrested there. The public didn't suspect a thing. Damn. There's no getting around that. His insides are out.
Too late, doctor. When it please the courts, I can't postpone the hour of my death. I had an inkling of it, but I swear nothing was definite. I die without any regrets, so you can cheer up. Bye.
Doctor, please, forget about these murderers and instead look after the women. They've both gone out of their minds.
Just a minute, my good man. Justice first, then the wounded, and the mentally ill last of all. Because there's absolutely nothing we can do to help them.